G'day, it's Heath here from pickinglessons.com. In this mandolin lesson, we're going to take a look at a break for Angel Band. Now, Angel Band is in 3/4 time, it's in waltz time, and the break is arranged in the key of B, but it's movable so we can transpose it into any key that we wish. The break features a shuffle feel and also many double stop shapes, and we're going to have a look at those double stops as part of this lesson. Up first, we're going to take a slow play through the verse melody, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, so there's the verse melody for this break. Now, if you head on over to pickinglessons.com, you're going to find the tab for the complete arrangement, including the chorus, and you'll find the second half of this lesson where we take a look at the chorus and more double stop shapes that we find in the chorus part of the break. pickinglessons.com. Alright, so first of all, we're going to take a look at the 5 double stop positions that we need to play the first part of the break for the verse. Now, firstly, we'll take a look at the 3 double stop positions for the B chord, which is the 1 chord in the tune. Now, the first one we're going to find here has the 9th fret and the 6th fret on string 3 and string 2. Now, these 2 notes are from inside the B major 4-finger chop chord that you may recognize, and we're using the root note and the 3rd from the chord. So remember, a major chord is built with the 1st, 3rd and 5th notes of the scale. So this double stop position uses the root note with our 3rd finger, and our 1st finger is on the 3rd note of the chord. So there's our first double stop. We're going to shift this up now. We're going to find our next inversion of the double stop for B. And here, this time, we've got fret 13 and fret 9 on strings 3 and strings 2. And we have a 3rd variation, and this variation is down using strings 4 and strings 3, fret 11 and fret 9. So, those 3 double stops, they're the 3 we need for the B chord so far in the tune. There are 2 more double stops. Now, the version of that B we just played then at the end, we've got our root note this time on string 3 and the 5th is on string 4. Now, this is actually the same double stop shape we're going to use for the E and the F sharp chords, which is the 4 and the 5 in the key of B. If we move this position of the B chord to these 2 strings next with string 3, string 2, fret 11, fret 9, that's the 5 chord, that's the F sharp. If we move that down a tone, that's going to be the E chord. So both of those double stops are using the same shape. Those 3 shapes are the same. And that double stop shape, remember, uses the root note on top and the 5th is on the bottom of the double stop. So there are our 5 double stop shapes. So we've got our root note, major 3rd and 5th, and then we've got 5th and root note, and for those 2 as well, for the 5 and the 4. Alright, so let's take one of those double stops and let's practice a bit of tremolo just to warm up. So let's take the first double stop we need for the melody. Now, this is the one where we have fret 9 and fret 6 on string 3 and string 2. So the tremolo, when we're playing this one, just try to keep it really even. Keep the pick moving over the strings evenly. You don't want any of those notes to stand out more than the others. That kind of sound, you want it to be fairly smooth in sound. So to do that, you can experiment with the angle of the pick. You definitely don't want it too flat adjacent to the strings, because that makes more friction for the pick to work over the strings. Put some angle forward on that pick, that sort of way, if you can see there, and that definitely helps to smooth over the top of the strings, smooth the motion. So you could use a guide finger on there if you like, or just use your wrist back here behind the bridge. Whatever's comfortable, but really try to keep it smooth. And that pick angle is really important. Don't be flat, have that little angle forward and that will definitely move across those strings smoother. So the tremolo is a real feature of this melody, so work on that. Make sure you're comfortable with that. Okay, so let's take some of those double stop shapes and put it together with our tremolo and have a look at the first few measures here of the melody. We'll play the pickup notes as well. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you'll notice we're shifting between the two variations of our B chord, our one chord, the double stop there, to start the melody, and we move to a passing chord via the F sharp into the E. So there's first double stop position, second double stop position into the F sharp as a passing chord to the E, down into the B here on strings 4 and string 3. So smooth your tremolo, be comfortable with the double stop positions because that's going to help guide your melody. Try it one more time. We're going to go from the beginning through the first 4 measures. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so get familiar with those double stop shapes. Really work on keeping your tremolo nice and smooth and the angle of your pick in a position that it moves smoothly over the strings. Alright, so just to finish off this part of the lesson for the verse, we've covered the 5 double stop positions and we've worked on the tremolo. That's really most of what you need. Let's have a look at the last 2 bars here where we get this little turnaround to get us back into the repeat. Sounds like this. So we use this little bluesy lick. And let's have a look at those notes. So we're starting out of this double stop position for the B, where our melody started, is where it finishes. This lick is using part of the minor pentatonic scale and part of that double stop position, which is really the arpeggio for the 1 chord of the tune. We're starting here with this double stop. We're running down part of the minor pentatonic scale for the first 3 notes. That's fret 7, fret 5, fret 9. Then we slide from the minor third, fret 5, into fret 6, the major third, as a grace note slide, so it's a quick one. Finishing on the root note there on your 3rd finger. That's the B. Into the double stop position. One more time, just that lick. From the beginning of that bar, ready, and 1, 2. Then we hit the repeat to move on and play all that again. Okay, so there's the verse portion of the break. Get to know those double stop positions and work on the tremolo. They're really the 2 techniques you need to be working on here to get this smooth. Once you get to double stop positions for your left hand and you're able to keep that tremolo nice and smooth, it's not too hard to move through, and the double stop shifting is really handy and something you can then incorporate down the track into your improvising really easily. Head on over to pickinglessons.com. You're going to find the tab that we've been working on, which also includes the chorus. You'll also find this next lesson, and we're going to go into the chorus melody and learn that, and some more double stop shapes that feature in the chorus melody. pickinglessons.com. I'll see you there.